So I do this thing where whenever I go to a country, I always try and learn as much as I can before I go. Like, I'll try to learn what's considered appropriate clothing-wise or makeup-wise, a little about the culture, the language. Like, I'm planning on going to Italy this year, so I am trying to find Italian classes because I feel like I'm going to some pretty touristy places, so it won't be an issue. But I also don't want to be rude and just assume everyone can speak English. I try to figure out what to expect with food because I don't want to insult anyone because I ordered the wrong thing or I misunderstood what something was. And just the basic etiquette there. I don't want to accidentally offend anyone or come across as rude. Now, just for fun, I have been reading about Australia, so I kind of know what to expect. That's another trip I have planned. And one of the things is the slang there. Realistically, I'm not going to use these because I don't want to use it wrong. I also don't want to use something because Google said that that is something they say in Australia and it turns out they don't. But I at least want to know some things, so if someone says something to me, I recognize what they're saying. For now though, I have been having a lot of fun saying these things I'm learning to my boyfriend because he has no idea. Here's what I have said so far. If you're from Australia, feel free to correct me or teach me new things. So I start off by telling him I've been looking in Australia. Get your sunnies and your runners ready. I feel like that one's pretty straightforward. Sunnies, I've heard that before. Obviously, it means sunglasses. Runners, I feel like I've heard that before too, just not as much. Sneakers. We're gonna have a gander at some roos in the Arvo. I've heard people say gander here before, but it's usually kind of like south, I feel like, or country. Roos, I feel like that one's super straightforward. In the Arvo. This one I thought was super interesting, and I want to know if they actually do say Arvo and where this came from. Apparently Arvo means afternoon, before sitting back for some sangers while we watch a little footy. I've heard the term footy before. Sangers apparently means sandwiches. I'm a little skeptical about that one. I also want to know why. He responds, "Are you just looking up Australian slang?" You bet your ass I am. I tell him I don't want to look like an absolute drongo. I don't know if I said that right. Apparently it's like a fucking moron. Everyone already thinks Yanks don't have the full quid. We hear British people say a lot Yanks, obviously Americans, don't have the full quid. Kind of like you're not all there. You're one crayon short of a box. One beer short of a six-pack. The lights in the house are on, but nobody's home. One fry short of a combo platter. Basically, just everyone thinks Americans are a little slow. And then I say we might get invited for a tinny. I saw a few people say tinny means beer, but apparently they have a bunch of different ways to say alcohol and booze. I just like how tinny sounded. The other option was a cold one, and that was just too straightforward. And that is when he's like, literally, what the fuck is going on right now? I love it.